You can have the most phenomenal anointing and the biggest calling, but sin will disconnect you from the power of God. And his goal is to walk into these prides and become one of their pride members. And the only thing he takes with him is a stick with a little, like a shepherd's staff. And sometimes he gets charged, and no matter what happens, this guy remains very calm. And so this lion can be approaching him. He's like, easy lion, big lion. And he's fighting a lion while he's like so monotone and just ridiculously calm. Easy lion, easy boy. And that's about as freaked out as he ever gets. I would be running, easy lion! But he doesn't do that. He stays calm. He stays chilled out. And my daughter, she's 2 years old, and she loves that show. And I can remember one day, my wife was upset with her for something, and she goes, Callie! And my daughter sticks her head out from behind the door, and she goes, yes, Mom? Mommy? She was using her techniques that she learned from this lion tamer to stay calm and mediate the situation. But it didn't work, and you come here to me right now, Callie. And so Callie starts walking, and she knows she's going into the pride. So she's walking, and she goes, easy lion, big lion, easy girl. And now we're laughing so hysterically hard. I swear that's a true story. Very careful not to let sin creep into our lives, because the way Satan works, he's sneaky. It's like a sniper. If he's got something aimed up a mile away, you don't have to bend the barrel of his gun to make him miss his target. You just have to bump his sights a little bit. Just get him off by a fraction of an inch, and he's a mile away down there. And Satan's the same way. He's not going to just come in and say, with a big flashing sign, sin, you want some? He's going to let things creep in like pride and arrogance and doubt and unbelief. And you're going to start questioning the things that you've built your foundation upon, that you've built your house upon. And he can creep in and he can make you doubt yourself and doubt everything that you believe. Just a little bit. How can you say I love you, she told him, when your heart is not with me? This is the third time you have mocked me and not told me what makes your strength so great. Pay attention to this part. Because she nagged him day after day and pled with him until I'm not saying anything, I'm just reading. Until she wore him out. Well put. I told you I related with Sam. No, I'm just kidding. God's grace covers our sin. But our sin will disconnect us from God and His power. Not because God is a snob. And not because He doesn't love us. But because darkness and light can't be friends. We talked about this last week in youth. For some reason, those two guys can never hang out. If you have light, the darkness flees. If you have dark, the light flees. Or I guess if the light flees, then you have dark. But those two things can never coexist, not because they hate each other or there's something going on there. No, just because they can't exist together. They are opposites. And so if I go into a dark room and I turn on the light, the darkness has to flee. It's the same thing with God and our sin. Where there is sin, God is going to create some space. Because sin and God, they don't mesh. They don't mix well.